Listen, I'm a big dog. So I do what big dogs do. Talk that talk, George. I'm a big dog. So I do what big dogs do.
Welcome to Whiteside Tactical Solution Emergency Preparedness Day, where we'll be covering first aid, CPR, AED training, and stop the bleed.
You think I'm gonna stop fighting now? God didn't give me the spirit of fear. God didn't give me the spirit of fear. So I won't stand down. I won't stand down. So if you get in my way, hey, good morning. I will either step on you or step on you.
Welcome to Whiteside Tactical Solution. Here for the CPR.
Yes, sir. Big dog. Turn him up, George.
Want to fill that out a little bit.
Who running? Who running? Who running? Who running? Who running?
It's going to be you. Okay, thank you. This is what? Thank you. Come on. Okay. Alright, thanks. So this is where we're going to actually be doing our lessons. So come on this way, I'm going to show you where we're going to do our skills. Okay. So if you take a look, over here on the right side, we're going to have the pediatric CPR. Okay. Back on the back table, we're going to do stop the bleed. Work on bleed control. Take a look, we actually have all the PPE that you need, plus a tourniquet. These are the steps that we're going to follow to make sure you have a good understanding of how to truly control bleeding. Okay. Over here is going to be the adult CPR. Notice we moved the tables this time, so for pediatrics you actually hold it in your hand, but for adults you're going to be in your side. Over here on the right side, this is where we're going to practice our tourniquets. Notice these are brand new tourniquets, so each participant actually gets one of these to practice. Teach you the proper way to actually apply the tourniquet for stop the bleed. Any questions? No questions. All right, perfect. Let's go back over to the classroom to get started with the class. Okay.
Both chains include activation of the emergency response system, high quality CPR,
early to do that, but you also have the blended portion, and a lot of people move to the blended portion where you're doing all your classroom online. And once you do that, you print out a certificate saying, hey, I did the online completion. So now you go into wherever it is and they do the hands-on. And they found that it's just as effective as doing, mouth to mouth, because you're doing your 30 and 2 kind of thing. But they noticed when doing the actual chest compressions that every time you lift up, the body's actually pulling in oxygen. So on a bystander, now we recommend doing hands only because we don't know on the other side any type of disease, So that's the one thing we're pushing hands only. Now, if it's a family member, yeah, you're more familiar with them, mouth to mouth, that's fine. But for an actual stranger bystander, me personally, I'm not doing mouth to mouth. I don't care about the barrier, I don't care about none of that, especially after COVID. No, you get hands only.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, when you're pushing down, you're lifting up, the body's actually intaking that oxygen. So it's not going to be the massive amount of oxygen, but it is enough to keep that brain functioning. You'd rather have some oxygen, keep the brain functioning, than have no oxygen at all. When you're approaching, you always have to have scene safety. So you'd rather have one victim instead of two. Because if you come to a car crash and things of that nature, you're like, oh, it's a car crash. Ran down. Now you ran down by another vehicle. So now instead of one victim or one patient, you have two patients. So you're ineffective now. So the thing is when you're approaching, even when we go over here for the skills, you're approaching, scene safe, PPE. So that's the biggest thing. You want to scan around to make sure there's nothing there to actually get you all injured. So that's going to be the biggest thing when it comes to that. So you always want to keep in mind your safety first, then their safety. It is their mercy, not yours. So make sure you understand that. Don't stress yourself, don't rush through it. It is their mercy, not yours. So take your time. I'm gonna look around the scene, make sure everything is okay. Everything's okay. Then I'm gonna approach the scene and start taking care of the patient. Everybody understand that? Cool. Check the carotid. Again, you're checking the carotid closer to you. And while you're checking the carotid, you're looking at chest rise and fall. But at the same time, you're trying to hear if they're breathing, and you're trying to feel with the breath coming on your face. Look, listen, and feel 5 to 10 seconds. Okay. Then you say, hey, you call 911. Hey, you go give me the AED. Then from there, you initiate CPR. And that's part of the skills, when I'm gonna pass out the skill sheets to you all as well. That's part of the skills. Take a look at the pediatric. It's a little different. Because again, we gotta take care of it immediately. So that's what we're gonna learn when it comes to the pediatric chain of survival. And we will be practicing that as well. You're by yourself. So once you touch that child is your responsibility, and you have to be with that child or that victim until either the same equivalent of medical care or higher can come, then you can transfer care. So, and that's in the Good Samaritan law. So you have to be mindful of saying, okay, I'm not touching that person yet. I don't have baby around. Let me go now, dial 911, try to find an AED. Now I'm gonna come back and help them. Does that make sense? For an infant, infants don't just go into cardiac arrest. Infants will go into respiratory arrest first. Then that eventually follow into cardiac arrest. So again, that's the biggest thing. Adults will go straight into cardiac arrest because if you think about it, adults have so many medical problems. So yes, they're going to cardiac arrest first. However, infants, they're going to have the breathing problems first, then they're going to stop breathing, and then they're going to cardiac arrest because now the heart is pumping, but there's no oxygen. So that's why the body's working harder. And then that's the biggest thing. They give you all the signs first. They will sit there and compensate so much until the body can't do it anymore, and they say, I'm done. So they're gonna give you the warning signs. Where an adult, you can sit right beside them, all of a sudden, boom, cardiac arrest. You're like, what the heck just happened? So in pediatrics, you're gonna stick your hand in their finger, now look, boom, you can actually push it deeper in. So you want to make sure you actually observe. So when you open the mouth, observe, okay, there's nothing in there. Then try to do a finger sweep, because just like the video said, you don't want to push in deeper, and now you have a worse problem. Any questions about that? You just have direct pressure on it.
Okay.
So if there's a wound, direct pressure, because the theory is just pressing down real hard, it stops the bleeding. So that's where that comes from, just stopping it. So that's what we're looking at, 10, 15 seconds. It should stop. If it doesn't, then you get another gauze, place it on, and hopefully that works. A lot of times they say, hey, let's raise the arm above your head. And then from there, that elevation will help bring the blood flow down. It should stop the bleeding. That's your when it comes to it. And people do a lot of fatal mistakes when it comes to this one in particular. So you notice what she do. All she doing is pushing in, then she's taking a hand out, pushing in, taking a hand out. And that was the initial thought when it came to it.
Okay.
But we realize, and I tell people, the thing is, you still opening the wound. So you want to stick your finger in there, but keep that finger in and take the gauze and stuff it in, because the objective is
So that finger that's pushing it in, keep it
in,
and then you're pushing gauze in like this.
Yeah,
So
because you
keep
have a
it-
bone, and above the bone, you have your artery, then your vein. So we spell it vein, artery, then the bone. So we want to press that artery against the bone. And that's direct pressure right there, so it stops. Then you keep that hand there, and you're literally just packing the gauze in. As you're packing the gauze
Oh, I
in,
see. So that finger is in the wound, applying pressure to the artery, right? And then so you're not taking it out, opening it up again. You're just trying to, or you got to kind of find it,
Yep.
and then you try to clamp it down, and then you're trying to pack
and I
it
tell
in.
people, so you're not gonna be nice. They're bleeding out. You're gonna be rough. If they're not complaining of the pain, they're dead. I want to complain because I know they're talking to me, they're still conscious. And you want to wind that up till the bleeding stops. That's the biggest thing. You want to wind up till the bleeding stops. Then you take your extra over it, and you put your time band over that part, then you record your time when it comes to it.
I mean, it's not that important. I
In a
mean,
controlled environment, you already know, in a controlled environment, you can take
you're
your time.
not sitting there writing the time.
Right.
You freaking trying to pick them up and
when
take them out of there.
hell breaks loose, it's like, I ain't got time to write this down. And then meds will come to you, hey, I see the tourniquet on, when was the tourniquet applied? About 10 minutes ago. Okay, 10 minutes ago, cool. You know, it is so big. Brain and people takes like high, 2 to 3 inches. I'm not gonna sit there and measure 2 to 3 inches. Like, is this 2 inches, is this 3 inches? No, just go high and tight, go way above and stop it. You know, because honestly, if we go 2, 3 inches, how do we know there's not another open or penetration above it? So if you go high and tight, you can kill two birds with one stone theory. Does that make sense?
Right. So you recommend carrying 2 probably in a pack.
My PPE on, verified the scene mistakes, he's checking for responsiveness. Are you okay? Are you okay? Hey, can you dial 911? Can you get help and somebody get AED? Because I'm already in the hospital, I'm sorry. So now.
Over here,
Put your palm right above it.
here, right above it.
Yep. And go deep. There we go. Yep.
And like, how long do you
Yard.
Perfect. Yep. Because we're looking at 100 to 120 beats per minute.
Impressions. Now I'm gonna do a breath. 2 breaths. No
cheap on Amazon.
Are you serious? Like, it's crazy if they're selling these as real tourniquets.
They don't, nobody knows.
They look the same.
Tear it open. Here's a package within a package. Just in case I tell people when staging this, get rid of that one. Keep this one. So in your iPad, get rid of the external package.
I see.
And just keep this because it's still sealed. And you can put the date on there as well. So whatever the date is, put that date because you want to change it out every, depending on if it's supposed to heat or not, you want to change it out every quarter. Boom, theoretically, direct pressure there. Now from there, theoretically, I should have it rolled up. So here I pull, I come over. As I come over, I'm gonna come in between, like that, okay? Now, goes glaze back, try to find a loose area. Put one there, put one there. So now that stays.
Okay, yeah.
And you're hoping, hey, bleeding stop. If it didn't stop, now I'm putting tourniquet on here to my cheeks.
Oh, so you want it wide.
Yep. Roll back over.
You like pull.
Yep.
Sure, pull. Right.
Pull over. Then I say, hey, go ahead and move your hand. Perfect, you got it. Nice. Keep going. Easy. There we go. See the difference now, how slippery it was?
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real
Yeah.
because what's gonna happen? Because now you saw. Thank you for coming to Whiteside Tackle Solution.
Appreciate it.
Emergency Preparedness Day. Here's your certificate of
Thank you so
achievement.
much.
You did get your CPR card, so excellent job on that part. We also want to present you with 2 patches. So you have one with our original logo and one with the medical because you're now medically certified.
I like that. Yeah. Thank you. I'll put that on my scrubs.
There you go.
Yeah.
So now you actually have the stop the bleed, so you've been certified.